In the dead of night, when the city's cacophony fades into a heavy silence, a young woman moves swiftly through a narrow labyrinthine alley. Her face is etched with a blend of fear and determination as she clutches a small, worn leather bag close to her chest. The bag, though seemingly ordinary, is her most prized possession, a relic she must protect at all costs. The alley is a dark, forsaken corridor, its oppressive silence amplifying her anxiety. The cobblestones beneath her feet are slick with moisture, the shadows stretching like ghostly fingers. Her breathing grows shallow as she navigates the twisting path, her heart pounding in her chest. She glances over her shoulder, her eyes reflecting the dim light from the scattered street lamps. The alley seems to close in on her, its darkness pressing against her with a tangible weight. Suddenly, two figures materialize from the shadows, their appearance as sudden as it is chilling. Two elderly women, their garments tattered and dark, emerge with a fluid, unnatural grace. Their faces are obscured by deep hoods, but their eyes glow with a piercing, otherworldly light. The young woman's blood runs cold as she realizes these are no ordinary old women. They are something far more sinister. One of the women, her voice a raspy whisper like dry leaves, speaks. "A precious burden you carry, my dear. We've been expecting you." The young woman's fear shifts to resolve. "You don't understand. This is not for you." The second woman's smile is thin, lips curling into a menacing grin. "Hand it over now, or face the consequences." The temperature in the alley drops abruptly, a biting cold seeping into the young woman's bones. The old women advance with an eerie, deliberate calm. The young woman backs against the wall, her pulse quickening. The alley seems to close in around her, its shadows deepening, becoming almost tangible. "Give it to us," the first woman demands, her voice sharp and commanding. "We understand its significance. The time has come." The young woman's resolve hardens. "No, I won't let it fall into your hands. I know what you want." The atmosphere grows oppressive, the air thickening with malevolent energy. The young woman, her desperation mounting, opens the bag with trembling hands. A faint, eerie glow escapes, casting an unsettling light on the dark walls. The old women flinch, their eyes widening with a mix of fear and anger. The light, though soft, seems to push back the encroaching shadows, forcing the women to retreat. But as the young woman struggles to control the light, a deeper, more ominous rumble shakes the ground beneath them. Cracks begin to form in the cobblestones, the ancient stones groaning under an unseen pressure. The walls of the alley writhe and shift as if they are alive. The young woman's heart races as she realizes that something far more dangerous than the old women is being stirred from its slumber. The air grows heavy with an unnatural force. The old women's faces contort with dread as they struggle against the growing power. "The seal is breaking!" the second woman cries. "You've awakened it!" As the blinding light from the bag begins to fade, the true nature of the threat is revealed. The cracks in the ground widen, and from the depths of the chasm emerges an ancient entity, an abomination of darkness. It is a vast, shifting mass, its form an ever-changing void with countless eyes and tendrils that writhe and reach out with a hungry, insatiable desire. The entity's presence is overwhelming. It is not merely darkness, but a primordial evil that had been bound beneath the city for centuries. Its motives are clear. It seeks to reclaim its lost dominion over the world. The light from the bag had served as a beacon, a signal to the entity that its prison was weakening. The old women, it turns out, were not mere predators but guardians, their purpose to keep the ancient force contained and prevent its escape. The young woman's realization comes too late. She was used as a pawn in a far larger scheme. Her bag contained a powerful artifact, a relic that held the entity's prison together. By carrying it and opening it, she had inadvertently activated the mechanism that unleashed the entity from its chains. The ancient being's emergence is not just a local calamity, but a harbinger of a new era of darkness. The entity's motives become horrifyingly clear as it reaches out with its tendrils. It is a being of pure malevolence, seeking to spread its influence and reclaim its lost power. The darkness it generates is not just an absence of light, but an active force of corruption and destruction. Its power is a blight that will suffocate the city, spread chaos, and herald a reign of terror. As the entity engulfs the young woman, her screams are swallowed by the abyss. The alley is consumed by darkness, its oppressive silence a grim reminder of the force now at play. The ancient being retreats into the chasm, its hunger momentarily sated, but its plans for the world are only beginning. The once familiar alley becomes a nexus of dark power, a gateway for the entity's influence to spread. The city, oblivious to the horror now lurking beneath, continues its quiet existence. The streets are still, the night seemingly unchanged, but the air is charged with a new, sinister energy. The ancient entity's release marks the beginning of a new era of darkness and terror. The shadows grow deeper, the silence more foreboding. The alley, now a dark monument to the entity's return, remains silent and desolate. It waits, a place where ancient horrors slumber, and where the line between reality and nightmare has been irrevocably blurred. The night resumes its cold embrace, concealing the true nature of the threat and the darkness that now lies in wait. The world has changed, and the terror that has been unleashed will soon reveal itself as the ancient evil begins its slow, inevitable rise. The shadows that were once mere darkness now carry the promise of a greater and more terrifying apocalypse.